I'm not against religion. I'm not against any of that. I'm just against like the misuse. He's teaching them and training them that they don't and shouldn't think. When you don't have boundaries and you don't think, there's no lines that need to be crossed because there's no boundary line in the first place, which means you're easy target for manipulation and you're an easy target for abuse.
Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Hope everybody is having a fantastic week so far, you guys. Can I just say how grateful I am? So grateful for just the tiniest of things. I feel like a brand new person. I told you guys that I traveled to Texas, an overnight trip to Texas the weekend. I was exhausted. You know when you're overtired that you can't even sleep? That's how I felt yesterday. And this morning when I got up, my dad was like, Renelle, please go back to bed. I got the kids. I will take the kids to school. You just go back to bed. I went back to bed. This was like 5 o'clock in the morning. You guys, I actually slept till 9:30. I slept till 9:30. I feel like a brand new person. I am so grateful for just the smallest things. I'm so grateful for my dad, for my parents being with me. You guys, I can't even explain it. I am just so thankful. Please don't take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. And you guys, for the better parts of my videos, I always come with receipts. If I don't, I will link videos down below where you can actually go and you can watch. This is going to be a more frequent thing of mine because I am at my wit's end in regard to Katie Joy. Because last night when I was seeing clips of her Instagram live that she did, I was heated. I truly was heated. I was ready, set, I was ready to go to make these videos. You guys know I'm a person of faith, you know, I take note of signs. And can you believe that my computer did not want to work this morning? Where I go and I upload my videos, it refused to turn on. So I'm like, okay, this is a sign. So I went about my business. I cooked, cleaned my house, did everything I needed to do, washed my hair, you know, calmed myself down because I would have been a totally different person making that video. And what got to me is the fact that Katie Joy is taking things way too far. And this video is mainly for her cult members, for the people that follow her, that can't use their own critical thinking, for that family that is so invested in her as a reporter, as a journalist, as a researcher, and now we can add 2 more titles, which I look at it as she thinks she's the manager and she's a theologist. Far from it. When Katie Joy wants to paint every Christian with the same brush, I have a problem, a huge problem. She is going overboard. And most importantly, she said it's no more about Miranda. It's still about Miranda. Because from what I took from her live last night, she came across, and I actually took it as she is looking at these people, these dancers, these talented dancers, as though they have no minds of their own. They're not intelligent enough to make decisions for themselves. And you heard the clip at the beginning, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. I do not believe they are in a cult. I do believe they are being manipulated. But I want to tell you guys something. You see, when it comes to, as I've told you guys, from a young child, my parents always taught us, my brother and I, sex, religion, and politics is something not to be discussed, okay? But when you get a person like Katie Joy, that is a con artist, that is an opportunist, in my opinion, that will take whatever she needs, that will bring favor to her, she's gonna do it. There's no stopping Katie Joy. Katie Joy is a money-hungry person, okay? In the same life, this woman is a joke. She was talking about Israel, the alleged cult leader, as she calls him, okay? That he's driving a Bentley. And this, how fucking arrogant this woman is.
Dude, I could buy probably I could buy a Bentley right now if I wanted to.
Let me be clear about one thing. Katie Joy is the biggest bullshitter going. She can sit there and she can brag about how much money she has. But in my opinion, that woman is up to her neck in legal fees. Has she even paid off her Washington attorney for the Tati lawsuit? Has she done that? You want to brag on how you can buy a Bentley, but you're crying on your Instagram live on how an insurance company doesn't want to pay for your son's medication that's so vital for him. Give me a fucking break, Katie Joy. You are just a joke. You truly are just a joke, in my opinion. I truly can't even take you serious now. By no means is this a smear campaign. No means at all this is a smear campaign. This is my truth that I have observed about you. Your pattern of behavior, the type of person you are, the con artist and the opportunist, once again, you are, in my opinion. You give a shit about the Wilkins family. She claims that she is not against religion. She's just against the misuse. But let's bear one thing in mind, you guys. One thing in mind. Katie Joy, this is a person that pretended to be Christian for 3 years.
Jesse Bear, I would never say that I was actually a Christian.
We pretended to be Christians for about a year and 3 years.
No, I don't
know, a couple years.
What is anybody going to say now? How is this not being a con artist? Did she go to church because she knew that maybe the church would help her out? She said that she spoke to a source, and the source told her that when B-Dash was actually living with Miranda and her family, he was such a devout Christian that every day he went out and he read his Bible. What's so wrong with that? What is so wrong with that? You guys, I've preached this to you so many times. I'm up 2 o'clock every morning and in my closet talking to the Lord. Is that weird of me? That's my faith. That's my relationship with the man above. And then she also says a very close friend of Miranda told her that Miranda was so ashamed of B-Dash because of his faith. Wow. Me personally, I'm glad Miranda is no longer, or I hope Miranda is no longer with that friend. Because for number one, all this reporting that KJ is doing, not facts, it's hearsay, for number one. Number two, who does this? Katie Joy. These people are talking to you in fucking confidence, you idiot. Don't call them a source. If you telling us what your sources are telling you, aren't they supposed to tell you in confidence? Maybe it's just me. And then she says that Israel teaches them not to think. Once again, hearsay. And that faith is not about thinking, it's about doing. And when she's giving this example, what's the first thing Katie Joy goes to? Sex. Have you ever seen somebody that's so infatuated with sex, that gets on such a high when talking about sex? Not to mention talking about child sexual abuse. It's like she gets on a high. Do your research, people. This woman has got a thing with CSAM. It's like she gets on a high when she talks about it. She's not advocating for them. No, don't get it twisted. She's definitely not advocating for them. And like I always say, I can only speak for myself, okay? I can't speak for anybody else, but I can tell you one thing for a fact. And I've mentioned this before. I was raised Muslim and Anglican. My dad's parents were Muslim, my mom's parents were Anglican. okay? When we were young, we went to madrasa. We celebrated Eid. The first time I ever went to church, I think I was 10 years old. And we were raised to respect everybody's religion. And that's what I do till this day. I will respect everybody's religion. Today, I am a Christian, a person of faith, because of what I experienced, what I went through, what I was shown, to know that there is a God. Didn't KJ say you mustn't humiliate them, you mustn't shame them, you mustn't degrade them? And I'm talking about the dancers, because that's not how you get them out of a cult, okay? She has been doing that non-stop.
That's what happens when you put your blind faith and you stop thinking into somebody who claims that they have all the answers for God. He's conditioned them not to think. And he's picking people that he knows that won't think. And he's also playing on their weaknesses. So he's not targeting people that have any sense of confidence or self-assurance, or any experience. Like, I'm trying to imagine me in a room with him, right? And I'm trying to imagine him trying to lay it on thick with me, and I'd probably tell him to fuck off. But for people like him, it's all about appearances. And so he wouldn't have that, he couldn't use that angle with me, right? And I'm not desperate to be on TV, and I don't want fame, but he knows that these people are desperate and they want these things. He's luring people that have evictions on their records, that have judgments, that are bankrupt, that have no support systems, are out in LA by themselves. Their families are not with them, no direction, not a lot of friends.
Speaking ill about B-Dash, that's a deadbeat dad. He doesn't contact his son. Talking about a tie-dyes on how he's also a deadbeat dad. And then now she puts it across like Miranda can't think for herself and that she's not intelligent enough to make decisions for herself. That's the way I interpreted it. I reached out and I queried. There's only 11 dancers in this group. So all the other people that she named, I think maybe 5 more on top of that 21. So all these 21 people is going to take over the world. I'm not saying that they are not being manipulated, but I do not believe they are in a cult. And there's no way that Katie Joy is helping the situation or making them see the light to say or to see that they are being manipulated by shaming them. Beware, you guys. Beware. I know you guys are desperate. I truly do. You all are worried about your loved ones. But I'm sure there's somebody else that can help you that's not going to hurt you all in the end. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. So you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you guys. I truly do. You know, you guys are absolutely awesome. Reading your comments, and I truly appreciate you guys. And it just goes to show, you know, we all have our issues. We truly all have our issues. But there's nothing more when you're in a situation where you feel like, you know, you're just against the wall. Just having that person to vent to, or to just have an ear to listen to you, it makes a huge difference. It truly does. If you need that, I'm here. I am here. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I will see you again soon. I think maybe later this evening. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another, and don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.